What is good, everybody? 7:30. Let's go. Um, I'll wait to see if anybody joins. I know this was supposed to be a 7 p.m. live, but things got held up a little bit, so it's 7:30. Hopefully, I didn't cause any delays, but just gonna wait to see if anybody. Listen, I'll be dead honest with you guys. I don't have huge expectations for the live, just because it's kind of like a chat session. And listen, I know people have got lives and kids and all these things, but reason why I wanted to do this is I've had, not only live, well, I have one live, but I've had some videos where even on other platforms, I've gone live and people have had questions on certain things. And, it's just hard. It's hard to, number one, talk when you're on, a jet ski. But even when you're not, even when you're just out and about, it's so sunny here in Florida that seeing your screen is almost near impossible. And you got to take off your sunglasses, and reading stuff is just not the easiest to do. So I figured, you know what? I've never really done a live where I'm just kind of here and in the room, just kind of hanging out and talking. So again, we'll see. We'll hang out for a little bit and we'll see what happens. So, oh, is that Mark? Is that you in the chat? Hold on a second. Let me make sure. Remember the guard? Yeah, I know. Do I have the chat going? I think so. It's saying it's saying we got some people joining. So let me know in the chat. Let me know if you're here. I guess there's a couple topics that we can cover today, just because I'll try and cover the questions I get asked most. If there's any sort of rides coming up, that there is a ride coming up that I'm going to be joining. So hey, what's up going on, Mark? I know you joined the last live, so I appreciate you, man. And I just wanted to set this session up just to, if you guys have questions, I can actually see the screen now, just because it's not so sunny out, and we're not out on the water, because it's a little difficult, like I mentioned earlier in the in the video, to talk on that. But besides that, just answer you guys' questions. If you have any. If not, hey, no big deal. I don't take it personal. I know people have got lives, kids, all that stuff. I don't know if I plan on being here crazy long. This chat or this live this live might last 5 minutes, 10, depends. I'm here for anybody that wants to join and maybe has questions on some things. So that's what I'm here for. But yeah, if you have any questions, if anything you want to know, just drop it into the chat box there, and we'll do that. In the meantime, let me kind of kick you guys off with just the schedule that, at least for the month of November, what it's looking like. At the moment, I've got one, ride that I'm going to be joining. It's a big ride. Like, it's one of those where if, you want to ride in a very safe area where you're not going to really get stuck or run into any issues, where you can give yourself plenty of space. It's going to be the Dunedin, Florida Ski Riders Winter Excursion. I've done that ride so many times. First of all, the area is beautiful up there. We're going to be leaving from Anclote Boat Ramp. At least me and my family are. But you can take several boat ramps, man. One that I would tell you, if you're riding with some friends, or if you're riding solo, if you don't have 2 or 3 people on your ski, I love riding from Seminole Boat Ramp, just because from Seminole and Clearwater, you can ride all the way up to Anclote, and it's a long ride, and you just, you get to enjoy Dunedin, you get to enjoy Clearwater. If you take Hurricane Pass out, you can take the Gulf side. You'll pass through Three Rooker, you'll pass through Anclote. It's just a beautiful ride. So, but I got my daughter, my wife, so we're not looking for that long of a ride. So when it's 3 people, we're going to be leaving from Anclote Boat Ramp, and I think a majority of the people are going to be leaving from Anclote Boat Ramp. But there's another boat ramp. I always forget the name of it. You know what? I'm here on my computer. Might as well let me look it up. So let me get used to working on live here, where I actually have some tools that I can, utilize. And let me see here. I'll tell you. I think it's like called Nix or something like that. It's a boat ramp above. It's north of Anclote. So let me just see here real quick. right, so where's Anclote? Let's see here. All right, Whiskey Joe's. Hooters, there it is. So this is Nix Park. All right, so it's Nix Park Boat Ramp. So if you guys are also going to the Dunedin excursion, the winter excursion, Sunday, November 16th, there's Seminole Boat Ramp, there's Nix Park Boat Ramp, there's Anclote Boat Ramp, and all those are easy rides. Well, Seminole's not an easy ride, it's just a longer ride, but it's not a hard ride. All the way up to Anclote North Sandbar, so we'll hang out there for a little bit. We usually hang out at Three Rooker Island as well. And then you've got your choices, man. If you want to ride further south, you can head down to Clearwater, and listen. You could even head. Honestly, you can head over to Honeymoon Island. Well, not Honeymoon, to Caladesi Island. That's a beautiful spot there. So you just have a lot of options. But the beautiful part about that is the area is awesome. You can space yourself out. You can ride bring friends. Like there's no real like, oh, we can't have more than. It's plenty. Now, the big thing for that ride is going to be getting to the boat ramp early to make sure you have a spot, as usual when it comes to these rides. But November 16th, I'm pretty sure that's the day, right? November 16th. It's a Sunday. So we will be joining the Florida Ski Riders, Dunedin Winter Excursion. So that's going to be the ride that as of now, I have planned that, people ask me, hey, where are we going to ride? Stuff like that. Man, if you want to head out there with us, I'd love to hang out and just, meet you guys if I haven't done that so far, but, Sunday. Now, one thing that I'm also in the process of setting up is I have a, let me see, how can I put this so I can give you guys, I guess, some information is there is someone that does some of the, hey, who's this? Lumen 78. What is going on? What's going on, man? Hey, let me know in the chat if you guys are in Florida or kind of like in the Tampa area. And if so, if you guys ride, if maybe you'll be at the November 16th Dunedin excursion. That'd be cool, to see if you guys are there. We can definitely link up at the sandbar or wherever, But back to what I was saying is this. There's going to be a video that I'm in the process of setting up where Mark, you're in Chicago. Oof, yes, far, bro. Well, listen, man. Yeah, if you're ever in Florida, you know what to do, You know what to do. Tampa, okay. Little man, you're in Tampa, so that's, kind of right, my neck of the woods. I'm in Lithia. So if you've got some sort of, watercraft, vessel, whatever, and you can get out on the 16th, man, love to see you out there. But just speaking to what I was saying before, there's going to be a video. I don't want to hype it up. I don't want to make it sound like it's the greatest thing ever, because who knows? But there's somebody that is a creator. I'm not going to give away a lot, but there's somebody who's a creator that has some of the craziest rides. Like this guy does some of the places he goes, he will not disclose. Like he just won't do it. It's too risky. It's riding in places where I'm even a little hesitant to go, but hey, it's an event. Like this is going to be out of control. So I'm in the process of trying to set that up, but that's like 2 to 3 skis at best. I'm gonna go out there. Listen, I've been riding for years. I know how to work my way in and out of some places, but even this has got the butterflies in the stomach. But I'm hoping that ride happens sooner than later over the next couple of weeks. So maybe by maybe by Christmas time or something like that, maybe in the month of December, I'll have a video for that. But I'm like super excited about that. So for those of you guys that watch, let's see here. Lumen, weekends on the water. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if correct me if I'm wrong, but is this Lewis from Weekenders on the Water or no? I'm just kind of curious. Because when you put weekends on the water, that's what comes to my mind. But anyway, so in the meantime, this is going to be a ride that is, I'm telling you, I don't get, it's not nervous, but like the butterflies in the stomach for that one is going to be, it's going to be nuts. Now, I did do a ride recently that I'm working on a video. I just been, man, it's been crazy busy, right? With just life stuff along with, got to be, what? I don't understand what you put. Got to be, hmm. Yeah, let me know. Um, yeah, so anyway, I'm working on a video that we recently got, me and a couple buddies. We went out to the Chain of Lakes, the Winter Haven Chain of Lakes. I had never ever ridden the Chain of Lakes here in Florida, and I think there's more than just this one. I think there's another one further north up by like maybe past Orlando or something like that. But we did the Winter Haven Chain of Lakes, and it was windy, so it was interesting on some of those lakes. It's so weird. Some of the lakes were pretty flat, and then you ride through one of the canals, we get to the other lake, and it felt like it was a hurricane. Like it was not hurricane, but definitely like a thunder, not thunderstorm, but a storm. And it was really cool. Like it's, I'm working on making sure the video isn't crazy long because I think we hit up like 17 or 18 lakes. But I also used one of the apps that shows you exactly like where you ride to and all the different lakes. And so I'm gonna put that on the video. And for those of you guys that, want to see a cool adventure, something a little different, I'm telling you, Chain of Lakes was a very, very fun ride. I liked it. I enjoyed it. June from June's World? No, no, it's not June. Um, it's somebody else. This person, I'm interested to see how many people know this person. Because I don't know, man. It's just he's out riding in puddles and fun. Yeah, absolutely. I've seen June's videos, and yeah, he gets stuck in some places too. But just from the videos I've seen on social media, like especially on YouTube, man, I'm just this guy like, bro. Some of those areas, even I'm like, whew, man, that's gonna be crazy. I'm super excited for that one. But yeah, I've seen, but it's not June. It's not June. I've ridden with June several times, but it's not June. It's someone else. But again, I don't. I wanna kind of keep it a little bit of a secret. You guys, hopefully, man. I'm hoping that by sometime, maybe early December, I'll have a video or something. But it should be fun. Um, so yeah. So either way, listen. Appreciate you guys. I see some of you guys jumping on. Again, I'll take this live as long as you guys are engaging and have questions, want to talk. So I appreciate it. One thing I will say that I've noticed, I've been doing some research on like the YouTube algorithm and kind of how everything works. And when you guys are like liking the live or sharing it, however you can like hype it up, that helps the live hit other people's shorts. So if people are like flipping through YouTube shorts and they're watching stuff, as people start seeing the live get like buttons or shares or whatever it's called, I don't really know. My YouTube experience really is around just creating long form content. I try to throw up shorts here and there, whether through YouTube or I appreciate that. See, look, some people hyping it up. I don't know who that was, but I appreciate you for doing that. Even on my Instagram or Facebook, TikTok, like, listen, I enjoy those avenues. Like I like Instagram and TikTok and all that. Like that's fun. And to be honest with you, especially for Facebook, that's where I, communicate with some of you guys. That a lot of you guys DM me, all that stuff. So that's why I love those. But when it comes to the actual content itself, my preference, what I really enjoy doing is long form YouTube content. Like that's what I enjoy. And I get it. Everyone kind of has little niches, right? There are some people that's not their thing. They love creating content for, reels, like short reels or Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that. And listen, some of those videos I watch are freaking awesome. Some people are really creative. They put some great stuff out there, and I love to watch those. And every once in a while, I try to dabble in it. But I think what I enjoy doing most is is creating long form content, like, I don't want to say storytelling, but giving you guys an idea of what that adventure looks like. And one thing I've tried out recently, just because, as the channel has grown, I've gotten some opportunities to either link up with some companies that are obviously in the, you know, jet ski space that I want to, my goal really is to just bring you guys the information, right? To be able to say, hey, some of these companies I've partnered with, some I haven't. Some of them have, sent me some of their products to test out, to, talk to you guys about. Some of them have not. Like some of them I've bought the products myself. So I just try to be as, transparent as I possibly can. And it's not really a channel where I want to give the impression that, oh, I'm putting the channel together so I can promote stuff so you guys can buy. No, not really. If you watch my channel, it's not much of that at all. It's just that when I see some products that I think are really cool and, I purchased it or it's been sent to me and I really think it's a good product, or I think it's a product that you might like, I just want to put together some content to put it out there to give you an idea. It's like, is this going to work for you or not? Right. I think recently I got a camera that, although it doesn't necessarily fit my lens for content creation, it's a camera that I think it was for, like, especially with the discount that they offer, like for under $60, like $50, man, you get an action camera, 4K action camera with all these little accessories that, if had I had that option when I first started, I don't know, maybe I would have started earlier. Maybe I would have, done a couple things. But my first camera was a GoPro. I mean, really capturing content was like a GoPro 8 or 9, something like that. And you guys know those things are expensive, man. They're $300-400 just for an action camera, and that's not even talking about the 360 cameras that are even more expensive. And don't get me wrong, cameras are beasts. They're amazing, but they're expensive. So just wanted to share that in terms of, some people do ask me that, like, hey, the channel, like your content creation, like, what do you like to do? What would you suggest I do? To be honest, my suggestion would be to kind of do what I did and just try it out. See what you like to do. Because the one thing I do know is if, you're jumping in the content creation space, right? Just to, wrap that up, is you better do what you love to do, because it ain't easy. There's been months or weeks or days over these last couple of years where it's like, man, you're just tired. You don't really want to put together a video or go, believe it or not, even maybe go shoot some content. But for me personally, I love being out on the water, and I just love capturing that stuff and then, putting it together. I guess that's why I like the long form YouTube content, because I get to sit in front of my computer. I get to see all of the content I've captured, and the way my brain works is I just try to figure out, okay, what story can I tell here? Like what kind of angle can I give you guys as to either the adventure or this place? What can you take away from this video that is either A, you're going to enjoy, right? Maybe you're someone like Mark who lives in Chicago who maybe doesn't jet ski. I know there's Lake Michigan, which is beautiful, but as an example, right? Or maybe anybody, I don't know, you live somewhere that you don't jet ski and you just love watching the videos of jet ski content and where we go, then perfect. That's what I want you to enjoy. Maybe you're someone that's looking at the videos kind of like I do sometimes when I look at other people's videos on YouTube, where it's like, where can I go? What's an adventure that I can probably do? So you want to check it out. You want to see if that's something maybe you want to do. I hope you get something out of that. Maybe you just enjoy, places in Florida that we go to. I don't know. It's just so many reasons. But the big thing I will tell you is just enjoying it. You got to do it, because if you think for 1 second that doing this is just easy and, oh my God, I'm going to make so much money and blah, nah, it could be a grind. It could definitely be a grind. So you got to definitely enjoy it. That's the one thing I will tell you, because I know I get asked that sometimes. But yeah, so again, I appreciate you guys. I know some of you guys have hit like buttons or something like that. So I know we got a couple other people that had joined. So my big thing with this, let me also, I guess this is the last thing I'll kind of mention, unless you guys have any other questions, anything like that, I'm an open book. But if, just in case you're wondering, like, why YouTube Live, right? So a couple of weeks ago, I got I got shown an opportunity with YouTube about, you know, I don't want to say kicking off their live because YouTube has had live apparently for a long time, but they're really trying to work with certain, YouTube creators on enhancing their live, right? And my guess is because, man, TikTok is absolutely crushing live. And so I think YouTube wants to really, start excelling in that arena. And so, being part of like this boot camp kickoff, I want to start because again, out of all of the platforms, YouTube's my favorite. I'm just being honest. Like, don't get me wrong, Instagram's cool, TikTok is cool, Facebook's cool, but YouTube is my favorite. It's like my baby, right? YouTube is my favorite social media platform that I like to share my videos on. And so once I got introduced to what the goal is and what YouTube wants to do with this, I'm on board, man. I really want to grow this channel to more than just, hey, check out this video every week or every 2 weeks, right? I want to take advantage of the community chat, the community boards where you can post more stuff, engaging, like lives, right? Getting, like, I know if it were me, man, and, one of my creators that I watch on YouTube that I'm subscribed to, if they're jumping on lives, man, I'm jumping on. I want to check it out. I want to introduce myself. I want to say hi. I want to let them know, what I like about the channel. If maybe there's an opportunity to link up or maybe collaborate, anything like that. Like to have an opportunity to talk to someone that I'm watching their videos is awesome. Like I find that exciting, and so yeah, same here. Listen, and maybe not everyone's built the same. I understand some people just no. YouTube to me is just I'm bored at the house. Okay, that's cool. That's what I love about YouTube. But me personally, like if I get an opportunity to link up with somebody that I haven't met before, that I've been checking out their channels, maybe they're from California. Like I'll give you a perfect example. Somebody that I've enjoyed their content for a while now. You guys probably know who it is, but his name is Adam Swords, right? I believe he's a Sea-Doo ambassador out of the West Coast. I know his original content, he was out in California and he was always filming his Sea-Doo rides from, I believe it was Long Beach area to like Catalina Island. And he has some awesome videos. I got inspired by his videos as well to like try and do different things. So listen, Adam, if you ever catch this live, man, I appreciate you. But anyway, so if Adam Swords, all of a sudden, if I get notifications that oh he's gonna run a live, like I'm just gonna jump on it. I'm gonna just introduce myself, let him know, where I'm from, where I ride, and maybe there's an opportunity that I don't know. One day, hopefully, I get to maybe go out there. I know he's in like Lake Havasu or something like that in the Arizona area, but who knows, man? Maybe link up and ride one day. There's people that I've linked up with that I never thought I would, and I've ridden with, so it's been awesome. But so that's kind of what I want to present this live as. It's just an opportunity to just throw ideas out, and if you're somebody that's been wanting to either get some information on when we're going out there, we're riding. This is just a perfect spot to just kind of go back and forth. Doesn't take a long time. My plan was to probably jump on here from 7:30 to 8. We got about 7 minutes left before the top of the hour. So if it's something where, man, you guys got questions, you want to know more things, I'm on here. If not, I'm planning on setting up another live, but it's going to be a little bit of a different live, not just like a chat session that we're having here. But I want to do more of these. And my whole thought is as the channel grows, I mean, right now we're about a little over 10,000 subscribers. I want to say we're at 10,700 and change, something like that. So it's been awesome, man. I said it before. When I got my first, let me see here, Mark, did you answer my question? Mark, if I did not, it's probably because I don't know the question. So let me see here. What was your question, my friend? Spit it back out. Maybe I missed it. So just let me know what your question is, buddy. But yeah, so I definitely want to do more of these chat sessions live because I think it's cool. Let's see. You got an email of the best way to reach out via Facebook. Oh yeah, of course. So let me get the first question here, and then Mark, I see your question as well. So I do have an email. Email is very easy. It's ski tv @gmail.com. So email, I've gotten emails before with questions. That's a super easy way. Facebook Messenger is an easy way. Instagram DM is an easy way. Whatever's easier for you. And the one thing I've always done from the time I had one follower or one subscriber to now, I respond. I respond because I've been in the shoes where, I've reached out to people, and for the most part, almost all of the folks that I've reached out to before have been kind enough to, reach back out. And I've also been on the end where I've reached out to a few folks, and it's like, I get it. You're busy. I don't take offense to it, so I'm not trying to say it that way. But I just know that when someone takes the time out to respond back to maybe a question or just a comment I had, I appreciate that a lot. And so, if I'm not mistaken, I think I have responded to every single comment or inquiry I've ever received. If I haven't, my apologies. Sometimes it's weird where maybe it gets mixed in with, because there's so much spam nowadays, man. I get so much spam that if it does get mixed in with that, my apologies, but I just try to do my best. So obskitv at gmail.com or DMing through the other social media sites works without a problem. Mark, let's see here. Now, your question. What jet ski do you recommend for someone who is new to jet skiing? That's a really good question. And the first thing I'll say is you're, even with someone like myself, I might say to you, hey, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not trying to give you a biased answer, but I have a biased answer. Like we just do, based on our experiences. And so I don't want someone that has a different answer for this to try and come across as, no, I'm right, you're wrong. No, this is just a matter of opinion. And for me personally, right? Knowing what I know, if I wanted to get a jet ski where I'm new to jet skiing, I want a really reliable, it's a very reliable jet ski, reliable from the hull to the motor. It's just an all around fantastic watercraft, is the Yamaha VX series, V as in Victor. They're just phenomenal skis. Number one, you're gonna get a fantastic ski. It's honestly, it's just as good as the FX. It's just slightly smaller. So, if you're riding by yourself most of the time, and occasionally you bring a passenger, the VX is perfect. Like it's just an absolutely it's super reliable. I have an FX SVHO, which is a supercharged ski, and don't get me wrong, it's fun. However, knowing what I know now, I might have gone just the HO, just because although superchargers are fun and they're faster, it's just an additional component that can potentially give you an issue. It's just a fact. If somebody's going to tell you a supercharged ski is the exact same as an NA ski when it comes to reliability, how can that be? It's an additional part that is forced induction. And so therefore you could potentially have an issue. So getting a naturally aspirated Yamaha VX, you cannot go wrong. They're fantastic skis. Now, I am not as well versed in the Sea-Doo lineup, but I know Sea-Doo has some good skis, but I can't speak for Sea-Doo. I've never owned a Sea-Doo. I can only go based off of experiences that I read about and stuff like that. And although no, manufacturer is perfect, I just have seen that for the most part, the, reputation is Sea-Doos have great bells and whistles. The technology on Sea-Doos are awesome. The seats are better. They're more comfortable. They're a drier ride. Their speakers are better. Yeah, it's probably true. I'm not saying it's not. However, those aren't things that I'm specifically looking for as my first options on a Wave Runner or a PWC. My first 1, 2, 3 options, in my opinion, Yamaha is at the top of the list. So therefore, I will tell you, my friend, a very long answer made really short. Yamaha V as in Victor X. That series, you cannot go wrong. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question, man. Yamaha VX series, fantastic, fantastic skis, really, really good. Or listen, FX are also fantastic skis. They're just a little bit bigger and they're just pricier. So if you're willing to do that, getting an FXHO, can't go wrong. So, but anyway, people, I hear my family coming. So, yep, I hear my dog. My dog's starting to bark down there. So we got people here. But anyway, 30 minutes. I think I'm at my cutoff. Hey, let me know. Shoot me a DM. Shoot me an email. If you guys want more of these little chat sessions, I'd love to do them. Maybe we'll turn this into something, I don't know, more often, maybe every other week or something. But in the meantime, always appreciate y'all. And of course, listen, I always tell you, stay safe or hide safe. And I promise you're very welcome, Mark. I appreciate you. And I promise, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay tuned for the channel. I'll be dropping more stuff on the community posts in terms of what the ideas are. But Sunday, November 16th, winter excursion from Florida Ski Riders. Definitely catch me there. If you see me there, you'll see me with my jersey on that says Obi Ski TV on the back. Please stop me, say hi. Until then, I appreciate y'all. Catch you on the next one. Let's go.